it might be worth communicating that in my experience, my direct experience teaching, the type of person who is the most vocal about not understanding is also the type of person that when you try to explain stuff, they just glaze over and gaze off into the distance. And you have to say their name like 4 times before they come out of it. So there's a reason that they don't understand. They're not paying attention. So if you don't understand the things that I say, make sure you're not doing that. If you're going to come and complain, because my default assumption, when people come and complain about the things that I'm saying, that I don't understand what I'm talking about, or they don't understand what I'm talking about, or something along those lines, is that they're that type of person that when you're talking to them, they just do this. And when you try to get their attention, it takes a while because they're just not part of the world anymore. They're off in some weird mental space that is completely disconnected from anything that's happening in reality. They don't hear your voice. God knows what they're thinking about, if they're thinking at all. That's the type of person that is the most vocal about not understanding. This is the kid that, because I worked with middle school and high school, it was kids mostly. This is the type of kid who's like, you never even tried to teach us that. I don't know what are you talking about? I don't get it. I don't know how to do this. And there can be multiple reasons for why that's occurring, but it's notable that the guy that's actually paying attention never says he doesn't get it. Or if he does, it's like, it's a nuanced thing. He's like, oh, okay, I feel like I understand, but there's this one little part where I don't understand how that works. I believe that you know what you're doing because you've demonstrated that you have an awareness of this. But, can you explain that little part in more detail? Right, that's a completely different situation from some rando who probably isn't paying any attention going, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. Because you slept through what I said. That's why you don't understand. Like, you're not even trying. Oh, yeah, and the Bertrand's paradox thing. Right. So I demonstrated that I understood it so well that I was able to come up with a 4th option. You're going to say I don't understand it? You were given 3 options. I came up with a 4th because analyzing them, I realized, wait a minute, none of these actually randomize the length of the chord. That's a 4th option. Let's look at the math on that. And then that second video is me literally, in real time, figuring out the math for that. I didn't sit down and figure it out and then have like a polished presentation. That was me in real time figuring it out. I was like, oh wait, random length. And then I grabbed the camera and started doing that. And you're going to sit there and say that I don't understand. Are you shitting me? I found a 4th way to do it. I found a way to make the paradox worse if you're stupid enough to think that random chord is actually that ambiguous. I demonstrated deeper understanding than you. What are you doing saying that I don't understand, that I'm doing it wrong? I understand it more deeply than you do. Within 24 hours of even hearing about this, I came up with another way to do it to make the paradox even deeper if you're an idiot. Or, if you're not an idiot, I found a way to explain it even more clearly. And I did explain it. And people were like, oh, you're just waving your hands, you didn't say anything. You are probably the person that sits there when somebody's talking to you and you just gaze off into the distance and not hear them. And then you wonder why your significant other thinks you're an asshole. And you wonder why you got shitty grades in school. And you wonder why your boss never promotes you. And everybody's out to get you all the time. It's always everybody else's fault, isn't it? But it isn't. It's you having no accountability. That's what's really happening.